also save the turkeys after reading the story? Would you save them from being eaten on Thanksgiving? So now, boys and girls, we are going to look at my rope here again. Are you ready, Lucia? Yes. Eyes looking. What was the setting of this story? Where did this story take place? Nathan, do you know where this story took place? Where did the children go out on their field trip?
To the farm.
To the farm, right? So most of the story took place on the farm. Who were the characters? Who are the people in this story?
Yeah.
You forgot? That's okay. You think about it. Is there another friend that knows? Yeah.
Kids.
The kids, the children, right? How about who ran the farm? Do you remember his name? Cameron? You don't remember his name? Do you remember his name, Nathan? Farmer McNugget, yep. What was the problem of our story? What was the problem, Cameron?
He was gonna roast them.
Well, he probably would have roasted them, right? What comes before roasting turkeys? He was going to use an axe to what?
Cut 'em.
To chop them up, right? Yeah. So if we look at what happened in the beginning of this story, boys and girls, what happened? What happened at the very beginning of this story? Leo?
They were getting on the bus.
They were getting on the bus and going to the farm, right? Yeah. How about what happened in the middle of this story? What happened in the middle of this story? Nathan?
We got a car. Got big.
What?
The tummies got big.
Well, Nathan said their tummies got big. Did that happen in the middle of the story or was that later on? Later on. What happened? So the children got on the bus and went to the farm, right? But what happened before their tummies got big? What happened? Do you know, Riley?
I just put the turkeys on the damn shirts.
Well, that happened later. You're right. But what happened? Were the children excited to see the turkeys?
Yes.
Leo?
Yes.
Yes, and they played with the turkeys, right? And then at the end, what happened? What happened,
Where
Nathan?
did we get
They put the turkeys under their shirts, right? So they wouldn't be eaten. And boys and girls, how was the problem solved? Our problem before was that the turkeys were going to be chopped up for Thanksgiving feast. How did the problem get solved?
They got them home.
They brought them home and they were what for Thanksgiving? Instead of being food, they were what?
They were pets.
Kind of pets. They were like guests, weren't they? Like when you have people over maybe for your home for Thanksgiving, we call them guests, right? Yeah. Boys and girls, that was fantastic. You did an awesome job. I'm going to leave this up here so you can look at it. And now we are going to do an activity with the story. It's called We're Going to Sequence the Story or Put the Story in Order. Okay? So the first thing I am going to do is I am going to whoops. If I can get the clip out. There we go. So it says, the directions say, retell the story "Twas the night before Thanksgiving" by cutting out the pictures and putting them in the correct order. But first, Owen, can you sit up, please? But first, we're going to number the things that went first in this story, okay? So who remembers what happened at the very first part of this story? By our pictures, it looks like here's a farmer with turkeys. Here's turkeys as guests for Thanksgiving. Here the children fell in love with the turkeys. Here the farmer talks about using the turkeys for the Thanksgiving feast. Here it looks like the children are sad and crying. This picture looks like the children are going on the field trip. And this one looks like turkeys are being stuffed under their shirts. And this looks like a picture of an axe. Who remembers what happened first? Owen, do you remember what happened?
They got on the bus.
They got on the bus. Perfect. So I'm going to put a number 1 right here. What happened next after they got on the bus? What happened next? Austin, do you remember what happened next? They saw the turkeys, didn't they? They saw a farmer with the turkeys, right? Yeah, so I'm going to put a number 2 there. What happened third? What happened next Michaela?
They put the turkeys under the shorts.
Did that happen yet, or does that happen later? Later. What happens after, so the children got on the bus, and then they go and they see the farmer and the turkeys, and then what happens? Leo, do you remember what happens?
The kid saw the axe on the door.
Oh, that's almost next. There's one thing that happens before that. Who remembers when the children got to the farm, how did they feel? How did they feel?
Happy.
They were happy, so they really loved the turkeys, didn't they? So this one, where it has a heart, that's where they really love the turkeys, and they play with the turkeys. And then, Leo, what happens next?
Then the kid saw the
axe, didn't they? And then what happens after that? What happens after the children see the axe? Alexa.
He told the scary story.
He told a scary story, didn't he? So I'm going to put a number 5 here. What happens after that? What happens after that, Nathan? We have 3 more left. Turkeys are guests at Thanksgiving. The children are crying, or the turkeys go under their shirts. They cry, don't they? They're feeling really sad, so they start crying. They don't want the turkeys to be Thanksgiving feast, don't they? All right, Cameron, what happens after the children start crying?
They put their turkeys under their shirts.
They do, don't they? Because they want to save the turkeys. So I'm going to put a 7 here. And boys and girls, what's the last thing that happens in our story? What's the last thing, Michaela?
They go home.
They go home and they're guests for Thanksgiving, aren't they? Yeah. So after we have them all numbered, then there's this other sheet that has blank squares. And it's your job to know, now we're going to cut out the squares that go in order. So let's see, I'm going to go like this. What's the first thing I should do, boys and girls, on this paper? What's the first thing I should do, Layla? Write my name. Perfect. Because I want to make sure it's mine, right? And then I'm going to get my scissor. And boys and girls, do I want to cut them all out at the same time, or should I just cut one out and then glue that one on and then cut the next one? What do you think, Stella or Claire? What do you think, Claire?
Cut out the one and then glue it on and then cut out another.
Yes, you have got it. So I'm going to cut out my first one. And then I'm going to get my glue. And then I'm going to glue it in this